Kingdoms have risen and kingdoms have fallen. Since the dawn of time, these majestic buildings encompassed these cultures and these eras. And me? I want to build myself a kingdom today, man. So, welcome back to Wayward Home. And today, man, we are building the part 2 of our mega base castle / kingdom. And I'm super excited. The only thing we have of the kingdom right now is these goats back behind us. And these goats are getting absolutely annoying to me right now. And I need to build myself a kingdom, man. So, our little plan of today, man, is to work on the part 2 of the build. So we had the first part right here, the Citadel dome right there, but we need to work on the castle right here, which will be the main building for the king, and we have to figure out its style. So I want to look at ChatGPT to see what kind of style or what they can come up with when it comes to a castle build. So I looked up on ChatGPT and it was trash, not even up to the scale that I wanted in Minecraft build. So we are going straight to the web to see what kind of castles we can build. So I scoured the internet and was able to come across these couple images right here, and then I found these images right here. And man, I really want to do a base based off of this. So we kind of have a concept now of what we're going to be building from those images right there, and we have to do something first if we're doing that, and that's clear out this land. Clear out right here, make a plateau, and somewhat clear out right there too, because we need some land for this, man, because this is not going to do it right here, and not at all with how small this is. But anyways, let's get into clearing out the land. Be able to build these structures and castles, we had to go mine these materials. So we're going to go mine andesite and tuff as of right now in the mines. Took me a minute, but I was able to collect all the resources, hopefully, that we need for this as of right now, because I should have enough stone with how much I've mined down there, and then also just all over my other bases too. But we have 3 boxes of andesite and then 2 of tuff right here. So like we're going to do the 1-2 point right here. So 1-2 and then back 1-2 3 and then 1-2 right here, and then another 1-2 3 right there, and then 1-2 again right there, for that little design that I have on my testing well right now. The toughest is kind of representing like where the build's going to be at as of right now, and these little designs are going to go pretty high, but at the same time, like, they're not going to be the main designs that we have on this, because there's going to be stuff above that that adds more detail, more cool stuff, cool designs to it. That took forever. About like maybe an hour or 2, I think, maybe. You're like wondering, what did you do? I just placed tuff down. That line, that's it. Literally just that line. You're like, what is the importance of that? This literally tells you what is going to be placed in each spot, like what design. So that part is going to be a window right there. Then that's going to be a huge tall arching wall with a little dip at the top right there. This one's going to be a miniature house right here. So you have the doorway right there. You have a little miniature house right there, covering up that spot, and then you have the glass window right there. Then you come over here again, and there's a little miniature house again, and then you have this tower right here that's going to go straight up, and then another miniature house in front of this part of the build right here, and then another window right here. So you hopefully kind of get it. It doesn't seem like much, but with how tall this is going to be, like, this is going to be absolutely insane as is. And look at this part. So this part's just like half the, or like splitting it off from that part of the build, and then over there it splits it off right here for this part of the build too. So we have a long ways to do this, which is insane. But as of right now, we need to start placing down more tough blocks to kind of fit the scenario, or kind of start building these walls up and start doing the design and everything. So if you don't know what I'm doing right now, you kind of see these little poop towers as of right now, looking all the way around here. This is for the gradient, and if you remember right, like in the test world, I showed you all the little structure designs, and this is the first part of the gradient, and then I'll go with the andesite right here for a little bit, not too long, and then go into the stone for the rest of it. And that's how I'm doing it today, just to let y'all know, because it looks absolutely trash, but it'll absolutely look insane by the end of it.
Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think.
Now, that's been a long enough time lapse as of right now, but we have come so far with the progress already, man. And I was going to release this on Friday. I didn't take into account how big this was going to be. I thought it was going to be like, oh, it's going to be easy. Nope. Let's show you what I've done so far on this build. Like, this thing is absolutely insane how big and massive this thing is. So it kind of looks weird because you can see right through it right now, but I want to add like windows and ways or things that you make it so you can't really see those little dimensions and stuff. But like, look at this, man. Look at this so far. Like, this is absolutely insane, man. So we have this huge window, we have these windows right here, and then we have this little part which is going to be like almost like the same thing as that, those roofs right there. Okay, that looks crazy insane. What in the world? I was not expecting this to look that crazy good. There's just so much that's going on right now that you can't really tell like what is what right now, just with how incapacitated it is right now, because there's like roofing that's not there, there's glass that's not there, that doesn't really separate the view from other points of view. But we can maybe come over to this side real quick and show you what this side looks, which it looks about the same as the other side, but a little bit different. I still have to do a lot more detail right here through this part because there's going to be a little bridge that just stops and everything, and I have that on the opposite side too. I literally copied it from the opposite side. Literally had to like go inch by inch on like everything, because I would have to like, I did this part first, all this right here, and then I did that. So like after I got done with this part right here, I did it on the opposite side, and then did this part on both sides, and then went up, this part right here next, and then did that part, and then this part was the hard part right there. Because if you don't see, I kind of messed up a little bit. Like you see the double right there, and then it's double also right there. So I literally just made it the same thing. So like the window looks like it's coming in more on from the outside, which is a pretty good preference and a pretty good look from what I'm trying to go at, because like the window curves in towards that star at the top, which like if it was curving outwards, it would make it look like it's going outwards and wouldn't really fit the viewpoint of the glass window and everything. But you can kind of see that a little bit more right here. And I still have to do a lot more because I'm literally doing up to right here right now for this episode. And I'll have to do the inside most likely this episode too. Could be. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to post a Monday video at this point, because it is Monday right now, and this is how much I have of this done, and this is so much stuff, but it's absolutely insane like how good of a build this is going to be. Because the plan right now, like when I was thinking on or building this whole entire thing during the time lapse and everything, is that I'm going to have the entrance right there. So you're going to have like the entrance coming down and stuff, and then you're going to have another hallway that goes all the way down to the little area down there. So if I wanted to, like, this is like the throne room and everything, and then if I needed to, I can just fly right down there. Huge hallway, all that kind of stuff, and get down there very easily. And I already know what the next episode is going to be. It's not going to be that part, I think I'm going to be working on the portal for over here, which I have a little bit of a plan for right now, which you're going to have to wait till the next episode to see it. Let's get back into building this, because I still have so much that I have to do, and add the deep slate right there for the roofs, and add more detail to make it stand out from different parts of the build. And after over a week of working on this, we are finally done with the first part of this build. This is absolutely insane, man. Like, this is the biggest project I've ever worked on in my Minecraft career so far. And there's going to be so much more we're going to add on to this. And if you think this is this, like, oh, yeah, that's a cool build, like, that is not that big. Oh, man, this is humongous. But with how much we had to add more onto this, it's even going to be even bigger than that, because we have another part that has to go back behind that little dome thing right there, and then another part over there, and then another part right there, which I'm kind of maybe planning on doing next episode, most likely. But this base took absolutely forever to do, this first part of the whole entire mega base, and it's one of the most insane builds I've ever made in my Minecraft career. And I'm telling you the truth, man, because the amount of detail into every single part of the build is absolutely insane. From the circle, from the little archway right here, from these little windows right here. And the main reason why I haven't filled in these windows yet with glass or anything like that is because we have to kind of put stuff in there first and kind of make each room like hold something. So like filling this in with like maybe black behind it would be kind of rough, like just to fill in with something else later on. But like every single side of the build has something original to it. Because if you come from this side, you have the little bridge right here, the broken bridge, and you have this little tower, and then you have the main archway type thing right here. And if you think like, if you look at this side, you think like, oh man, you just didn't do any detail this side. No, dude, this is supposed to be for later episodes, because like with the expansion, like coming up of these builds and bases right here, to be able to like build something right here to do detail onto these sides would be doing me a disservice, because it would limit the, what was it called, imagination of what I'm going to put over here next to connect it over there, because I need to make sure that I have room to connect stuff, and then I can start doing details into every single part of the build. Because this side doesn't have that, or like has a lot more detail than that side, because there's only a certain amount of places that you can go from there to connect it to over here. But on that side we have this huge thing. We have this little courtyard that we're going to be doing at some point, which was not the original plan. And then technically this part, which is all indoors. So why put a outside part or detail of it when it's all just going to be indoors at some point? Except for that part right there, which I had to figure out what I wanted to do in the next coming episodes. But this is the next part, or like one of the future parts of the whole entire episode, where we do this part right here. And we want to maybe have a huge castle right here, or a huge tower that's maybe going on the height level of that place right there. And most likely will be a significant portion to distill this place from a more cathedral type place to a more castle type look, because I didn't know this was going to look more like a cathedral slash church when it came down to it. But anyways, man, we have another part to the episode that we're going to do today, because that would be kind of short for y'all. It took me at least about 8 days to do this build right here, and it was not that much time for y'all. But for me, it was a full-on 8 days to build this whole entire thing. But we now have this first interior layer that we're going to be building on this episode and designing for this episode. Because we have a lot of plans. We have plans for that part, we have plans for that part, we have plans for that part. But this first part is going to be the castle room for the king, and for like my little designs and my little decorations. So let's get right into it. First thing we have to kind of do is kind of get some materials. And you remember last episode, I told y'all about the little terracotta that we're going to use for like the walkway. And I finally did it and put a lot in the super smelter already. We already have this much in there for this little pathway, which is going to be absolutely so insane when it comes to the whole entire build up in the little castle room, or little, what was it called, throne room. But we have all this red stuff, and right now I'm trying to get some torches to light up the area, because the absolute area is crazy dark right now, and I don't like that. Oh, I was like fixing to say, I was like wondering what I was seeing right there. Okay, but we have all of this right here. We're going to get a bunch of this as of right now, and then we're going to take this on up, start working on the little pathway area for the throne, and kind of see like what kind of structure or palette we're going to use for the flooring first, before we get to like the siding and everything else. The little design that I'm going for right here is the red carpet right here in the middle, and then we have the little deep slate stairs on the outside, kind of like conjoining right into that right here. And then we're going to have a little pattern on the outside with like spruce and deep slate tiles again, like we use for the roofs. So it's just going to be the spruce plank right here, and then let's go get some of that real quick. So like this. So we have the spruce right here, and then we'll have the deep slate right here, like that. Spacing it out in between, just right here. That you kind of see the little design with that. It looks pretty cool. Like from being up here, you can see the design and it looks pretty insanely cool for what we have so far. And then we're going to have like a little podium thing that goes up a little bit, and then we have the royal chair right there. And we'll most likely use this carpet as the back part of the chair. Ooh, it glitched out again, the skin, but I'll most likely be doing that with y'all too. With the chair, so like we have this whole entire place. Ooh, it just looks good. But we're going to do this right here. Oh no, we're going to do like a little design, so like that. So we'll do it again like that right here, all the way up right here. Does that look the same? No, it does not. Ooh, not really, but I'll do some designs and I'll show y'all in just a second. This chair looks actually pretty good now. Like this royal chair and everything. Like you can come up here and everything, and this is the chair that you have to go up to for the king. Kind of want to put gold in here, but I don't know where to put it at as of right now. I could put it on the side or something like that. Ooh, I could do like things, but I already have a plan for the side as of right now. With this whole entire build, I'm trying to like make this like whole entire red carpet kind of go towards a designated place like in the whole entire building. So like the mega base, we have the main throne right here, and then it goes straight right here, and then takes us on down here to where my main mega base stuff is going to be at. So I can just fly down here whenever I want and fly to everything that I want to get to from here, which is absolutely insane. And that red carpet's going to go all the way around the whole entire thing from what I said last episode. This is like a special occasion more than anything, having it just be right here. Because if it goes up there, it's not like really special at all at that point anymore. But if you haven't noticed, we have a good bit right now done, but we have to do the pillars, all that kind of stuff. Maybe decorate a little bit up there too. Get some of the doorways set for future episodes to start making those for the expansion of the mega base. Or not really expansion, but the finishing of the mega base. And man, we have a good bit done. And the only thing we have to do now is do the pillars and the roof, or technically the ceiling, because there's already a roof there. That's so far up, man. That's crazy far up. And then in the future episodes, we'll start decorating it here and there in between episodes and everything, because man, we have done a lot of work today. And after all this time, we have it finally done. At least we'll decorate it a lot more in the coming episodes, because this episode took a lot longer than expected, but we have this whole entire throne room done as of right now, like the bare minimum as of right now, because I want to add like some details to this, maybe a two statues on the side, and then a doorway too to go onto the other side of the base or mega base, because we have so much more that we're going to add to this. But look at this. My throne, the king's throne right here. This throne room needs the people. We need a kingdom, which we're going to be working on in future episodes for this mega base, man. And this whole entire story is going to be created of this kingdom, of how it's come to be. And let's go straight into that point of view real quick. After years of allegiance to the Chinese emperor, Yahoo was forced out due to his very highly respected and very popular opinions among this people. He was kicked out due to his ways of maybe becoming and taking over the kingdom, the Chinese emperor's position. He was forced out and exiled to a far land. This far land, he ventured out and finally found a mountain that had something in it. He asked the gods for this amazing thing to build up a kingdom to rise up against the Chinese emperor. And he was granted the wish, but what cost? But the cost was well known and too much for him to even bear the consequences. Anyway, hopefully you kind of like that little story of the little king and how he's come over to this place and been able to afford/build this place. You never know what's going to happen next in the next episode. But anyways, we have created this whole entire thing today, man. It took one of the longest, one of the biggest projects I'm ever going to do, most likely. Hopefully, maybe not my last biggest project. Something most likely could come up to beat this at some point. But, man, look at this one last time before we leave on the episode or go to the one final thing that we have on the episode today. But we have this whole entire huge mega castle that we're building right now. There's so many things, so much detail into this. And let's go in here real quick. Oh, that's so cool. That's insane, man. I can look everywhere, and the view from everywhere is insane from up here. And we have so many cool things that we're going to do and build onto this castle, man. But anyways, we have one last thing we're going to do today, and that's the museum, man. Whew, man. I absolutely love this part of the episode where we actually come in and build a little remembrance of the episode every single time we finish a big or episode during the week or on YouTube. So last time it was episode 15, which I need to get these fixed up because I forgot which one. Yeah, it was 12 right here, 13, 14, 15. I didn't even notice that. No one's hasn't even commented on that yet. But y'all are slacking right now. But anyways, we have our little remembrance of the episode today that we're going to build right here for our kingdom or the building of our castle right now. So, let's do that. And we have it, man. Our little remembrance of the episode right here. So, I kind of did a little bit something different today. So, like, I did the facing part right here. So I did the front thing right here that we have in the middle, and we kind of did the little archway thing that separates the two glass sides, and then you have the little glass star at the top right there for that huge window that we have on both sides of the build. And then you have kind of resembling it what's inside of it. Instead of it being on that side, the throne is right in front of the glass so you can see it, which is actually very cool for this build of the kingdom right here in episode, to kind of remember this episode of Wayward Home and what we have done today, because we have done so much. Even though this build doesn't show like we've done a crazy amount like other builds, what we have done like that one, the Lars Bar and all these other ones, this one still has a significant build and significant part of the whole entire Wayward Home surrounding and enthusiasm compared to like the other ones too. But anyways, thank you again for watching this episode of Wayward Home. This episode has been a long, drawn out episode, a lot longer than I expected to be, because I'm going to be releasing this on a Saturday, not a Friday, because it took at least 9 days to make this one. So please, if you can, please like and subscribe down below, because it really will help me more than anything, because this is a long video and I want to keep on making these videos, and maybe at some point like get a lot more fans and have a lot more people enjoying this kind of content. Something that I do on the regular, where I build these massive builds that are awe-inspiring on my survival world, man. But anyways, thank you again for watching. Please subscribe down below. But anyways, stay cool above the ice, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.